All right, finally, we are live, and welcome everyone. It is time for another great episode of Retro Reload with the East Coast cast and crew. Hopefully, everyone had a great 4th of July. We did not have a show last Thursday because of the holiday preparations, but we are back, and we have some fun stuff to talk about as per usual. I am Cashel, and my real name is Philip, and right now I am coming at you all from Nashville, Tennessee. And joining me, we have someone who knows how to work a camera, and he works in a camera shop. Of course, I'm talking about Mr. Nikon, aka Charles, coming to us from Chicago. Yeah, you look at that, work that camera. Coming to us from Chicago. He's he's good at romance, despite being named bad at chaos. Of course, I'm talking about Ian from Maine, and we can finally see him this time. I like your shirt, by the way.
Yeah, I got a Yoshi shirt on today. Yeah, nice to be here.
Yes.
As always.
Normally, he comes to us from Indiana, but right now he's in China, enjoying all the duck sauce in the land. Who am I talking about? Of course, it's Foxshot. Hello there.
Hello, everyone.
And last but certainly not least, he's got long hair and long eyelashes. Coming to us from the Garden State, I'm talking about Red Blaze 57, also known as Zach.
Hey.
So, hello everyone. As usual, we'll talk about some fun stuff. And on Tuesday's show, I saw that you guys kind of dug the idea of the What Are You Playing segment, and I figure we can start with that if that's cool with everyone. I know I'm playing something different from last time at least, so
Sure.
you want to start with that? Okay, well, before the show started, I was talking to some people about this. I'm playing two things right now. I won't go into too much detail about this first one. If you're a Vita owner and if you like dungeon crawlers, you might like this. This is called Mine Zero. It's definitely a hard, grit your teeth kind of game. As we were getting ready for the show, the only thing I was doing was level building. You have to grind your heart out in this game, and it's punishingly difficult. Some people might like that, but I don't know, your mileage may vary. The one I'm more interested and more excited to talk about, which I've been playing lately, is something kind of outside my comfort zone. It's a really hard to find, at least I think it is, hard to find GameCube game. I'm talking about Eternal Darkness, Sanity's Requiem.
Sweet.
And it is so good. I don't get scared by horror movies or anything like that. And while this game hasn't scared me per se, it's really just kind of weirded me out. They really went into it messes with your mind, exactly. The game trolls you, the player, in more ways than one, and it's awesome. I really wish they made a sequel to this game, because I heard after this game came out, the company that developed it went under. At least that's what I heard.
Shoot, who?
A Silicon Knight, I think it's called.
Yeah, they went and made the Two Human and the X-Men Destiny game, I want to say. And they got into a lawsuit because of them blaming whoever they got the engine for the game.
Mm-hmm.
They blamed the game for why those games weren't good, and that pissed off the people who own the game engine.
Okay.
And where they eventually went under from that, and when they did that, I know that GameStops were ordered to destroy all copies of those two games.
Wow, crazy. It's a real shame. This game is a lot of fun. If you like survival horror games, I don't see why you wouldn't like this game. This is not my copy. This is my brother's copy. He's letting me borrow it. I looked online at prices. It's pretty expensive. I was surprised, at least. But
I got it right over there.
He's got, and of course, Red Blaze has it too. He's always ready to show it off. The game, that is, the game. And I was talking with I was talking with my brother who lent me this, and he said, yeah, you'll just expect the unexpected, and so far it's been great. I can't wait to see what happens next. So that's all I've been playing lately. So who wants to go next?
I've been playing a bit more of Arkham Knight, not much though. I did the few side missions for the DLC that was included, completed those, and other than that, I've went back into playing Dragon Ball Xenoverse for a little bit.
Okay.
I don't know. I really want to like this game, but it's. I have a love-hate relationship with it right now. And other than that, I've been just actually playing Tales of Hearts R on my Vita.
Good choice.
Doing a bit of traveling lately.
Perfect. Very nice. All right, who is up next?
I'll go next. I'm still playing.
Blue Stinger?
Yeah.
I'm not sure what that is. That a shooting? What kind of game is that? I don't think I've.
It is supposed to be like an adventure, adventure horror game, but
Cool.
not
Here's
not
the
that
US
great.
version of it, if you've ever seen that.
Yeah,
I haven't. Cool.
and there are two completely different versions. The Japanese version has all these goofy camera angles, make it more cinematic and all that. Sometimes it's
It
harder.
looks more like the classic Resident Evil, right?
Yeah, but it's like more extreme. Like you don't got the behind the player view for the whole thing, which I get used to it, so it's not that bad. I think I'm almost done with it. I think,
What
but
do you think?
it's a fun game. I like it.
You're enjoying it then, though. It sounds
Oh, yeah.
like. Okay.
So far, yeah.
Cool.
What's nice about it, even though it's a Japanese version, all the dialogue is in English. It's just got Japanese subtitles.
Ah, okay. So it's
No.
spoken dialogue. Is the voice acting as cheesy as I think it is?
It's video game voice acting.
It's
Good way to
cheesy.
put that.
It's the cheesy voice acting.
Alrighty. Well, he just joined us, coming to us from Arkansas.
What's up, fellas?
Everyone's favorite Southern Belle, Jason, aka Turf, is here. So glad you can join us. We're just talking about what we've been playing lately. Mr. Nikon, is there more you wanted to add?
That's about it.
All right. Well, then you can go next, Turf, if you want to, or someone else
All right,
can.
I'll jump in there.
Go
I'll
ahead.
tell you what, I'll jump right in there. I've been playing Guacamelee. I don't know if any of y'all have ever seen this. I got it on that Humble Bundle, the Nintendo Bundle, whatever they called it. I get like $10 and got like 6 or 8 games. It was insane. Anyways, that Guacamelee is fantastic. It's like a Metroidvania type beat 'em up. It's
Ooh.
a blast, and I'm digging it.
Yeah, I got it on the PS4.
I'm really digging it. So I mean, I'm not too far deep into it, but I'm enjoying the heck out of it.
Oh, cool. All right. Something to look into. I never heard of it before.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Okay.
It's a download only game, but man, it's a blast. I'm having a good time with it.
Awesome.
Yeah, I've heard of that as well. I never played it or anything, but that does sound pretty good. I haven't been playing a whole lot lately, really. I've tried to go between a few games. I tried playing Valkyrie Profile, that Plume of the Covenant for the DS that I'd actually
Covenant of
asked
the Plume?
about.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just not really my kind of game. I don't know. I just don't like the presentation and everything in it. So I'm just kind of between games right now, really. Just trying to find what I want to play.
Okay. We could. I can give you tips and tricks after the show's over because I beat that game like 4 times. I love it. But if you're not having fun now, then it could change. I don't know.
There's certain kind of tactical RPGs that I like, and I don't know. It's just the presentation and everything in this one, and the story seems like really terribly written so far. So I probably won't stick around to quote unquote enjoy the rest of it.
All right. Well, I'll say give it a little more time. Use that plume, and but if you're still not digging it, then yeah, you gave it the old college try. So.
Yeah.
Was that it? So that's all you're playing then, sort of, for now?
Yeah. I tried popping Shin Megami Tensei 4 back in, but I didn't really play it yet. I'm just kind of waiting on all the stuff that's gonna release over the next year, I think. So.
Yeah, there's a lot coming out.
Zero Escape 3.
I know. Well, I'm sorry to go on the tangent, but yes, I cannot wait for that. America, I'm so glad that's happening. But anyways, Bad at Chaos. How about you? What you been playing lately?
I've been playing a few things. I picked this up early this spring. I just finally got around to playing it. I don't know if you can see it. Kirby Triple
Hey, I
Deluxe
love that
for
game.
3DS. Yeah, I'm really enjoying it. Like, it has a nice kind of gradual, I don't know, like difficulty level. You know what I mean? It starts off like like most Kirby games, really easy, and it ramps up really nicely. And I'm just enjoying the characters, and it's pretty much like the first Kirby game I've pretty much played from start to end. Pretty much, it's pretty good. Also been playing the DLC for Mario Kart 8. Some of those, the latest one, yeah, 200cc and the new courses. I've also been playing this monstrosity. It's a I don't know if you can see it in the lighting or not, but a
boombox.
Nintendo Color TV 15. It's a basically a 1977 Pong ripoff that Nintendo had made in Japan. And it's pretty cool. It's actually not bad as far as Pong goes. There's enough modes in it to keep it interesting. Like, they have one that's really similar to Fool's Ball, which is kind of cool. You kind of have a paddle on your side and a paddle on your opponent's side. You can kind of mess with your opponent, but pretty cool.
All right.
And it's also pretty much like the first game my dad totally kicked my butt at, so it's pretty cool.
Sounds like you got your hands full with a bunch of stuff. But that Kirby 3D, have you been playing it with a 3D feature on?
Yeah, I have been. Yeah, it's kind of. I mean, as far as 3D goes, yeah, it works pretty well in that you have characters or you have enemies going in and out of the background and the foreground, or shooting projectiles at you, and then some of the stages they have you're in the foreground, right, and you're traveling along, and there's stuff way off in the background, but eventually you might come back and kind of backtrack through the level through the stuff that was previously in the background, but now it's now you're on the background. I don't know, it's hard to explain, but it's pretty cool.
No, I get you. That was the only 3DS game out of all my 3DS games that I actually played with the 3D effect on. Like, usually I thought the 3D
for
effect
some of
was
the
kind of a
enemies,
gimmick.
kind of had to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So and I think they got it right with that one. They got the 3D feature that their claim to fame. They got it right with Kirby. So hopefully more 3DS games do something similar. It's not like making your eyes twist and turn crazily. It's just a nice, easy-looking 3D effect. So.
I think Zelda: Link Between Worlds does it pretty good.
Yeah.
It does?
Yeah.
I haven't played that one yet, so.
Yeah, you have certain dungeons in that game where you're kind of going between different floors of the dungeon, and it's kind of cool.
You gotta go on the walls and all that.
Very
In fact,
nice.
all the Zelda games on the 3DS look great, whether you have this 3D on or off.
Yeah.
I would love to get into Zelda, but there's just so much to get into, so I never really got around to it. But the 3DS ones, which ones are available anyway?
I think
For
Link
3DS,
Link Between Worlds.
Mm-hmm.
Ocarina of Time 3D and Majora's Mask 3D.
Okay.
Yeah, Link
Maybe I'll
Between,
look into one of those.
Link Between Worlds is relatively
And then there was
easy.
another one announced for E3, but
Oh yeah, Triforce Heroes.
Okay. And on the Ambassador program, there was Minish Cap. Is that what it's called for the Game Boy
Yeah.
Advance? So
Yeah,
I
actually,
have
that's-
one to play. If I could try it, I guess. But
Yeah, actually, that one's a pretty good starting point, I think.
okay. I mean, I played Link's Awakening years ago, but that's about all my experience with it has been. So, but we're getting off topic. Let's see. He's muted, so I'm assuming he's just watching.
Which shouldn't he just be watching it on the
Fire
YouTube
Pilot
so
joined
we
us,
can actually get some
sort
views?
of. So that sounds like everyone's playing a bunch of fun stuff. And then just based on that, I got some new ideas to try. I just became that much more intrigued by the Zelda games, so here for that. But I think it's time to get to the topic du jour of tonight's episode. Red Blaze and myself are wearing special T-shirts to commemorate this episode. Red Blaze, you want to show yours off first? Yeah, Symphony of the Night. Very nice.
And a classic Castlevania NES box art style.
Exactly. And I got mine from Hot Topic. Don't judge me, America. I had to have it.
Hot
Another
Topic.
Castlevania Symphony of the Night T-shirt. And I love this. I love this shirt so much. But that's another story. So yes, I thought it'd be fun to talk about one of, I don't know, video game history's most, I think, influential franchises. And of course, I'm talking about Castlevania. And the reason we decided to maybe talk about this is because, well, okay, I was going on vacation. I needed a quick and easy portable game to check out. Everyone gave me recommendations, and I didn't listen to any of them because I'm an idiot. Instead, I bought this. Castlevania Lords of Shadow, Mirror of Fate. Is there anything else? It's a long subtitle. And as a Castlevania fan, it really disappointed me for a variety of reasons. And I thought it would be fun to maybe talk about, how the series started, what are some of everyone's favorite games in the series, what they think of the newer games now, that sort of thing. Yeah, so if someone wants to lead it off, by all means, let's kick it off. I mean, this is a very historic franchise, so there's lots to talk about.
Yeah.
All right. Well, my favorite one, I'll just start off
Right.
with is the original, the OG Castlevania. You had to fight all the Marvel movie monster, or not Marvel, Universal movie monsters, and to stop Dracula was fantastic. It's one of my favorite series. It was one of my favorite series until probably about Nintendo 64 is when I fell off. But until then, man, I loved it. I bought every one, and it's just a good time. And I liked the gothic horror theme. And I think one of the things, I don't think you could get by with this now. I wouldn't let my kid play this when he was, whenever I got this in 1988, 87, because I got it when it was brand new. But yeah, my parents bought it for me because I guess they didn't care if I had nightmares. It was, it's a good time. It still holds up. If it wasn't for the damn Medusa heads, it would. That's the only thing in the game that will drive you nuts. The big knockback.
Oh,
but
God.
once you get used to that, once you learn the controls, it's fantastic.
That's is that what you're going to say as well, Mr. Nikon? Is that one you're going to hold up?
Yeah, I got the original version.
Wow.
Very
That's
nice.
history right there.
Yeah, this one right here.
You have it on disc? Yeah.
Yep.
Sweet.
Oh, that is so cool that you have that. That is
That is
awesome.
awesome.
What's
Yeah,
nice
that's got a
about it?
completely different soundtrack, right?
Not completely
sound-
different.
same
It has
soundtrack.
different instruments.
Yeah, better sound for the music, and plus,
Too bad it's
And-
got to go through an RF cable.
and you can save too, which is nice.
You can save in that one?
Yeah.
Oh, that is so nice. Oh, jeez. Because the first one, and correct me if I'm wrong, it was 9 levels, right? Is that right? Or am I thinking of a different Castlevania?
That may be right. It's either 8 or 9.
Either way,
Off the top of my head. See,
it was
you had
hard.
the Bat, you had Medusa's, the Mummy, the Mummies.
Frankenstein.
Who was after that? Frankenstein.
Frankenstein's monster.
And
And
Igor after that.
then I think you go Medusa again. I think.
That bitch won't stay down, huh?
Do you?
Yeah, I think so.
Hate her.
This is before the Grim Reaper.
Let's see.
Is there somebody else between the Frankenstein and the Grim Reaper?
Got the mummies.
Somebody
there's
Google that.
Frankenstein. You got the Grim Reaper. Then you got Dracula.
In the
So
two
how many was that?
forms of Dracula, there were 6.
Yeah, 6.
6. Okay. I thought there was more in that, but either way, I think having the ability to save
Yeah.
in that game would be awesome. Look at that.
Yeah, there you
That's so
go.
cool. I love that. That's awesome. Yeah, I'll be honest. I'm still, in comparison, I'm kind of new to the Castlevania thing because I started officially with this Symphony of the Night, and
I'm-
I feel like I missed out on those older platformer titles. They looked like a lot of fun. It looked like they've aged pretty well.
Yep. The original cartridge right there for the NES.
Is that Ludwig von Koopa on there?
Yes. I got this from Nintendo Power.
Okay.
So.
Yeah. You say that you're fairly new to the Castlevania series. Dawn of Sorrow was my first one.
Oh, was it? Okay.
Because, well, I didn't have a PS1 back then, and even with the 64, I didn't know about the Castlevania series.
Speaking of, did anyone play the 64 games? Because I heard they were awful.
I did stand by. Yeah, well, they're not that bad. They're just they're different. They tried something different, and it just didn't work out. It's yeah, the 3D was hard to do. A whip in 3D was difficult, and they're not bad, and they're the same game. So Legacy of the Dark, or Legacy of the Night, or Legacy of Darkness.
Darkness, I
I
think.
can't think right now. I've got them both. Is it Legacy of Darkness? Okay.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
It's not a bad game. It's just there were so many things, like little things that you would never figure out. Kind of like Castlevania 2. It's some things you just would never figure out without help. Like you had to be standing by a fountain at midnight to, because it had a clock, like a time function in it or whatever feature, whatever you would call that. And you had to be certain places doing certain things and at certain times, and that made it really difficult. But luckily, that was the dawn of the internet, so we could find it. So that helped.
Yeah. Okay.
But they're not bad games. I think they get a bad rap but they're just not as bad as what people say. It is fun. I had them both, and I played them both. The second one was cool because you got to play as a werewolf, which was sweet. But the second one, the Legacy of Darkness, you got to play as a werewolf, so that was cool. And I think you got to play as a girl. Not 100% sure. Maybe that was after you beat it or something. It's been since it was new that I played those, but I was digging for them while ago. You saw the camera bouncing around, but I'm trying to find them, but I can't. I don't know where they are.
I'll take your word for it.
Anyway,
You got them.
They weren't bad. They're not as bad as Castlevania 2. Castlevania 2 is. I hate this game. I know it's cool to hate games. APG ended it, but I've hated this game ever since. I was a little kid, and I would play it. And of course, when you're a little kid, you get a game, and you play the bejesus of it because you don't get one for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I did, and I did the good power stuff and got the. But who knows to go? Like some of the villagers would lie to you, would give you clues that weren't real. So how do you even finish that game without help? But I did finish it. I don't know how.
Well, it's easy. You just get a subscription to Nintendo Magazine for $20 a year.
Or call the 1-900 number in the back of the instruction manual.
Yeah.
Now you're playing with power.
Yeah, at Chaos, I saw you hold it up too. Did you suffer along with everyone else who played it?
Yeah, I only got the second game recently, so I've only suffered. I didn't suffer during my childhood, so it didn't cause any trauma on my brain. So, yeah.
Very nice.
Whenever I get around to getting the Castlevania 2, I'm downloading that fan translation.
Plan. There's supposed to be a fan patch to it where nobody lies to you, where there's actual clues in it. They say different things. So I didn't know about that until I went to Retropalooza last year, and Alpha Omega Sin was telling me about it. It was that was pretty cool, but I mean I hadn't checked it out. But they completely redeemed themselves with the next one in the series, Castlevania 3.
I heard that was great.
One actually, you're not Simon Belmont for the first time. It's fantastic. It goes back to the original type, the original style, and it's great. There's more playable characters. There's Grant, who's a pirate. There's
Sypha?
Something. Anyways, Sypha. There we go.
Yeah, Sypha Belandis.
That was cool.
Okay.
Man, y'all know more about Castlevania than I do. And then Arthur was in there.
Who was? What was the last one? I missed that.
Or Alucard.
Oh, Alucard. Okay. Oh, right? We'll get to him in a minute.
Alucard,
trust me.
There we go. Yeah, he was.
He wasn't as great as he.
That was probably my favorite of the three. And no, he's not. He can turn into a bat, and that's about the highlight of it. So I mean, he can fly over gaps and stuff like that. I like Grant. I like the pirate that he could climb on walls. I mean, he did have a short sword, but he could climb on walls and stuff. It was cool. But it was really a really neat game, really fun game. It's still fun, like the first one. So the NES ones I'm a big fan.
Awesome.
I guess next in the series would probably be Castlevania 4.
Now that's for the Super Nintendo, right?
Rushing through this stuff.
Yeah. Take a moment to breathe. We'll get.
Castlevania 4. I've got
Castlevania 3 was Trevor Belmont, right?
It was Trevor Belmont in 3. You said? Is that what you said?
Pretty sure.
Yes.
Okay.
It's Trevor Belmont.
Okay.
Oh no, I forgot about one of them. Forgot about one. Let me. Oh well, never mind. I don't know where it is.
Well, while we're on the Super Nintendo
I was about
one,
to grab Bloodlines, but I forgot about it.
yeah, I was going to say. What was it? Oh yeah. So a few podcasts back, I mentioned how I saw Castlevania X for the Super Nintendo at a store. They were asking for $300 for it. If anyone's played it, is it fun at least? Like, is there at least something redeeming about it?
It is fun.
But
It's a very fun game. If it would have come out before Castlevania 4, I think it would have been better because it was kind of a step backwards from Castlevania 4. And it's the same game that is on the TurboGrafx. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The TurboGrafx CD.
It's the same game that's on the TurboGrafx. Okay.
It's just a
They
very
had better
watered down
sound
version
and a few
of it.
better things.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
But Dracula X is fun. I mean, it's still fun. I have a good time playing it. And,
But it's not worth
I did
$300, is it?
For mine. I found it in
You're better off probably
it's
getting the
probably
one on the
not. I'd say
PSP.
it's $150.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Which one you're? Yeah, that's
Yeah, the PS.
My PSP stuff is over there, and I totally forgot to grab it.
I know which one you're talking about. It came with like a remake of
Rondo of Blood.
Rondo of Blood. That's the one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It has Symphony of the Night in it.
Yeah,
So-
I think you can get that for like $10 maybe on eBay.
Yeah.
I thought I saw a copy pretty cheap, so yeah, if you want to play those, that's a good way to
Or
go.
if you have a GameStop near you that still sells PSP games for some reason.
Yeah. That game, I pre-ordered it, and if you did that at GameStop, you got a little figurine of an 8-bit construction of Simon Belmont. It was pretty neat. The game itself, the only reason I got it was so I can play Symphony of the Night on the go. I'll be honest. That said, the remake's not bad. It's okay.
But yeah,
So-
I mean, you either want to get that or you just want to download it off the Wii U eShop.
Mm-hmm.
It's
So-
a hell of a lot cheaper.
Bandit Chaos, you're the GameCube, kind of like the GameCube guru. They didn't make one for the GameCube, did they?
No.
Nope.
Well,
Not that I'm aware of. Nope.
yeah.
No, they did not.
Okay, that's a shame. They could have done a lot with it.
Yeah.
So,
Well, I haven't shared my favorite one, which...
yeah, what's your favorite one?
Honestly, Portrait of Ruin. One of the DS Castlevanias. I like having the two characters in it. And where, just for me, it really flowed well, I thought, especially with all the with sort of the art, I think, definitely. And
Yeah.
it's kind of a spiritual successor to Bloodlines, which is one of the ones that I really want, but there's no way right now that I'd be able to afford it.
And I think the pricing of these games is kind of like a testament to how, popular it is. So I guess like some of these games that cost a pretty penny, like when they were made, I'm wondering, did they not make that many copies because they thought, oh, no one's going to want to play this. It's just another Castlevania game. I always thought the series is so popular.
I think
Why
a
did they
lot
make
of
more?
that. Like Dracula X, it came out after Super Castlevania, and they pumped. Super Castlevania was it was near a launch title. I don't think it was a launch title for the Super Nintendo, but it was early, and it came after that. And like I said, it was a remake of a Japanese game. It was kind of watered down. It wasn't as good as the one they'd already put out here. So I don't think it sold as well. Now Bloodlines for the Genesis, it sold gangbusters. It was nuts. I mean, there was enough that it was one of the Majesco re-releases. So, yeah, there's plenty of those out there, but just people just want them. There's Genesis games. There's only a handful that people really want that everybody wants to play. Contra, Castlevania, Gunstar Heroes. I mean, they're all really, really fun games.
Yeah.
So they're all kind of pricey. And I think that's what happened with Castlevania in this case, or Bloodlines. It's just the one that everybody wants. If you have a Genesis, or you're a Genesis player or collector or whatever, you have to have Bloodlines in your collection.
You know, I saw that not too long ago for like $70. Is that a good price?
Yeah, that's about right. It's just like a loose cart is going to be 60 or whatever. I mean, you want to get into a box of manual complete one, which is kind of how I like my Genesis games. That they're going to be $89. I mean, it's just that, but I guess Contra and the Ninja Turtle games really got expensive for some reason.
Okay.
But yeah,
Dracula X
the
was
games are like that. The ones that are real fun gotten really expensive.
So I have a question now for everyone, kind of. Yeah, what's up, Zach?
I just looked up Dracula X real quick, and it was released on June 22nd, 1996. I don't know how far into the lifespan of the Super Nintendo that was at the time. Let's see.
Quite far.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it says,
the PS1 would have been out around then, I think, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I think the PS1 came out in 95.
N64.
yeah, it said
94,
Yeah,
I'm
and
wrong.
N64, 96.
the
Wow.
discontinuation for the Super Nintendo was in 99.
Okay.
So it was
Well,
quite far into the lifespan, and we're at a time where the PS1 and probably the 64 was on the way.
all right.
Oh, and speaking of SNES and PS1, in case anyone missed it, there's a small article about a guy who apparently found the SNES CD prototype.
Oh yes, I saw that.
The
Yeah.
Nintendo PlayStation.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that.
Can't wait to see how that develops.
Yeah, I mean, at least personally to me, the only thing that kind of confuses me is why is the Super Nintendo controller branded as Sony?
Do you know the story behind the breakup between Sony and Nintendo?
Oh yeah, no, I know that. It's
Oh, okay.
just at the time that system was apparently being made, it was still
Right.
still under Nintendo.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. Did they ever confirm that was like a
He
real
shot a video of it.
thing?
He shot a
I mean,
video of
did-
it, but he can't find the power adapter, so he can't show you it working.
Isn't that convenient?
Are you trying to say
Always.
there's a conspiracy?
No, I mean, I think it probably is real, but I just think it's funny, like, the circumstances. Like, oh, yeah, I don't have any power cables, and I can't do anything. But I'm probably like 70% sure it's real. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
fairly
And
sure.
The only thing I was surprised about was the logo, like, the PlayStation logo. It looked really advanced to me. Like, I'm kind of surprised, like, at how modern the logo of the word, how they wrote PlayStation out. I don't know. It just looked a little bit too, like finalized to me. You know what I mean? As far as the logo went. But I don't know. I thought it was kind of
Actually, wasn't it
interesting how it
cool?
had all the Famicom parts. What?
Didn't it actually just have it as one word on there?
Yeah. Well,
I know
as
that-
far as like the font actually looked like the original PlayStation font, but yeah.
Okay, that actually makes me kind of doubt it a little bit, actually, because back then it was just Play Space Station.
Yeah. That's hard to say. I don't know. Go, I guess, bring up the picture
Oh.
and look for yourself, I guess.
Let me see.
But, yeah.
Anyways, we can talk about another episode if you all want to. But
Yeah.
my question for everyone was, which style of Castlevania do you prefer the most? Do you prefer like the original platforming, the Metroidvania, the 3D, the I think that's about all they, or like the Lords of Shadow, God of
Hack and
War,
slash.
Pitfall Harry, Shadow of Colossus type?
Let's see. I do like Super Castlevania 4 a lot, but I do have to go more with the Metroid, what eventually became the Metroidvania style, I think.
Ditto.
Yeah, and I'm not a God of War fan, so the Lords of Shadow stuff has kind of just made me a little sour about it.
Mr. Nikon, how about you? What do you
Well,
prefer in your Castlevanias?
In my Castlevanias,
Yes.
I still like the original version the best.
So the level-to-level platforming.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Turf, how about you?
Do you really need to ask? It's going to be
He loves numbers, he loves part two.
side-scrolling.
The 3D ones. No, I'm just kidding.
I want a brand new one of those. I want a brand new side-scrolling Castlevania. Give me the platform and give me just the hardest can be Nintendo hard game. I love it. It's fantastic.
Okay.
2D is where my heart is.
Isn't that one of the things they're doing? Is Bloodstain actually one of the stretch goals? Was that?
Uh,
Oh, yeah. That sounds...
I don't know, but I'm.
That sounds like... I think that's right. That'd be cool. That'd be cool if it's definitely true. That's neat. Foxshot, you said earlier you didn't grow up with it like the rest of us old fogies.
Yeah, so
do you have a preference?
yeah, so over on Facebook we had exchanged a message or two about that. So
Show
I guess
off.
I'll take a quick step back real quick on the question. So I had an NES, but I never actually bought any games for it myself when I was younger because I'd gotten to a PlayStation 1 really is my first console. So I didn't really grow up with Castlevania. I think when I was a teenager, I kind of started to get into it a little bit with like emulation and stuff in high school. I played the first one. My friend, when I got a DS off of him, he also had one of those emulator cards on there, so I played a few of like the Game Boy titles.
Oh, a flash cart, you mean?
Yeah, like a flash cart or whatever it is. But I played some of the Game Boy titles, and actually, like, I know the very first one, people apparently say that it's really bad, but I really don't think it's that bad. Especially, I mean, it's a Game Boy title, too. But the one that I kind of started playing was Portrait of Ruin, and I think that's the first one I've seriously played. I did try the... Symphony of the Night for PS1. I tried that on an emulator, and I just kind of got stuck at a boss, and I never really played that much again. So yeah, I definitely like the kind of Metroidvania style, but I also kind of like the level-by-level style of some of the Game Boy ones. Especially, there's one of them, and I can't remember what it is, but you can kind of choose how you go through the level, so you can play it a little bit differently. So those are pretty cool. If you have an emulator, you might want to check out the kind of like Game Boy and Game Boy Advance ones. Otherwise, you're going to pay a pretty penny to get some of them. Portrait of Ruin was good. I know there was a few other ones on the DS, but I don't think they were really the Metroidvania style. So
They were.
and I think I thought there was one. It's like you can do all kinds of different attacks or something after you like absorb, I guess, a person's power or something weird. Yeah, Dawn of Sorrow, but I was kind of like, not sure if I really like that one. So I know also on the I'm not sure if it's on there, the Xbox 360 arcade stuff or whatever they call their game downloads. If you get a Symphony of the Night, I think they have like multiplayer or something on it.
I don't remember that. There's the Castlevania Harmony of Discord.
Harmony of Discord.
That's what it was. Yeah,
basically Castlevania HD.
Yeah, I think that's
Kinda
where
like Dawn of Sorrow,
actually-
Castlevania DS.
Yeah, I think that's where I actually first played like the Symphony of the Night demo, and I tried it on there and stuff. So, yeah, I mean, I'm kind of impartial to the series for the most part. I do look forward to seeing what comes out of the Kickstarter though that they started. So that'll be interesting.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm hyped for that one.
Bandit Chaos, do you have a preference for your Castlevania flavor?
For me, it's the Kid Dracula versions
Oh,
I have
okay.
up here. I got the Famicom and the Game Boy one. I think they're pretty entertaining. I don't know.
So you like just the level-to-level platforming?
Yeah. Basically, it's the classic format.
Okay.
And I like the Kid Dracula ones in particular, just because they're, I don't know, it's not serious. It's just goofy. It's just lighthearted. You get to kill Ku Klux Klan guys. Yeah, it's pretty fun.
which I'm an advocate for, by the way, killing those bastards. Did anyone here play the PlayStation 2 Castlevanias?
I played a little bit of one of them, I believe, Innocence.
Lament of Innocence?
I'm pretty sure it was that one.
That's a great game. And if anyone kind of got like soured from the Nintendo 64 ones, those kind of play like a Devil May Cry almost, with lots of Castlevania flavor. It's really fun.
These two really aren't that bad.
Yeah, Curse of Darkness is great. That was a sleeper hit if there ever was one. So, just food for thought if you're looking for something different to play and you want Castlevania.
Yeah,
I know not everyone here is as big of a PS2 fan as I am, but you know.
They were also on the Xbox.
Curse of Darkness was. Lament of Innocence was not.
It was.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Lament of Innocence was on the Xbox? Really?
Want to put money down on that?
I'm not a game. I don't do that, but we could pretend money or a Bitcoin if you're into that sort of thing.
One Bitcoin is a lot of money.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Oh man. Well, with the way the series is going, like after I played Lords of Shadow, I was so just disheartened by it. I'm not sure why I decided to pick this one up.
I was wrong.
Oh, I won a Bitcoin. Hey.
Yeah,
what the hell that is.
One Bitcoin is about $270.
Hey, I could. You know what? I have an idea. Donate to my Panzer Dragoon Saga GoFundMe, Red Blaze. You can donate a penny. How about that?
Now he's quiet. He's like,
Anyways, if anyone played like the newer ones, the Lords of Shadow series, which was kind of like a reboot of the franchise, I was so disappointed by that. What do you think?
It didn't even feel like a Castlevania game until after the game, and they had the DLC.
Reverie and Revenge or something like. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, or that's when, spoilers, Julius becomes Dracula.
Yeah. Did anyone else play those besides the two of us?
I played the demo.
What'd you think?
I mean, it was okay. Like, I'm not a God of War fan either, really. So actually, I haven't played any of those games. So I mean, I guess it was okay. The one thing, like, I thought someone had said that the music was good, and I haven't really listened to much of it, but I mean, that's one of the things about the series for me that I really like is just the music, and it doesn't seem like the music really stood out very much in it.
It was there, just generic.
Yeah.
I don't know.
The music wasn't bad. I found the CD at Comic-Con last year, so I picked it up for Mirror of Fate, but honestly, I will say if you're going to play one of the Lords of Shadow, Mirror of Fate is the better one to pick up.
Really?
It's 2D at least. It's 2D platforming.
You got a bit of a Metroidvania vibe from it.
That said, they have you can play as Alucard in this game, and he's my favorite, obviously. And
Alucard's very puzzle-based.
You what?
He's kind of puzzle-based.
Yeah, well, I'm just more talking about his look. Like, in Symphony of the Night, he was like this regal, elegant aristocrat. You know, he was just so stylish and, you know, could slash with a sword and still look, you know, dead sexy while doing it. In the new series, he's like this hulking, steroid-induced thing of a man, and it's like they totally revamped his image for the worse. At least I think so. I'm not sure if anyone's seen the new art direction for the Lords of Shadow series. Like, all the characters are like these big, muscle-bound, you know, bodybuilders, and I always thought like the Castlevania heroes were more like about wielding the whip and trying to be more agile and technical. Like, the change in art, that's another thing I don't like about these new Lords of Shadows games. You know?
Alright, you know what, I just feel like spoiling this game right now.
America, turn your computers off if you want to get go ahead.
Look, I made a little spoiler thing.
There you go.
Yeah, anyways. Trevor Belmont turns out to be Alucard.
I know.
Where, I mean, if
Wait,
it wasn't
what?
for the fact that
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Is that canon then?
for the
No.
Lords of Shadows,
Oh,
yes.
Oh yeah, yeah.
For the regular series, it is not. But yeah, it's because Julius Belmont is his father, and then he goes to kill Julius.
Oh, you
out of
mean Gabriel, right? Not Julius.
Yeah, Gabriel. Sorry.
Gabriel, yeah.
But yeah, he goes to kill him out of spite for his father, and when Dracula realizes that Trevor is his son, he goes and turns him into a vampire to have him live. And where he ends up going and fighting along his side his son, Simon Belmont, to kill off Dracula for the first time actually.
Yeah, I saw that. I was like, "Say what? This is where they're going with this." It just feels like it doesn't feel like Castlevania at all.
Honestly, if they left the Alucard part to after that whole thing where they revealed that he's his son, I would have actually been shocked at that point. But you know what? As soon as you start playing Alucard's mode, I just had a feeling that it was Trevor.
Yeah. In this game, there's basically 3 chapters. You start with Simon.
4.
Then Chapter 2 is Alucard, and then Chapter 3 is Trevor. And as much grief as Zach and I are giving it, there is still some fun, like whip action and platforming and
Yeah, I mean, I found the
levels
to be more enjoyable than it was in the 3D version.
yeah, it's
Personally.
2D, which was a good major selling point for me. So
But I mean, one of the things that really
I'm
pissed me off was
confused.
not having
you're confused.
being able to choose which angle to put the whip at.
Yeah. Why are you confused, Turf?
Well, okay.
Do-
Now,
Should I still have the spoiler up?
No, don't worry about
Okay.
that. I'm talking about Castlevania 1, 2, and 3.
Mm-hmm.
Simon was in 1 and 2. Trevor is in 3, which is 100 years before 1. Because, Dracula comes around every 100.
Yeah,
And so Trevor, this is actually a prequel, so 3 is before 1. And that gets confusing. And now you're telling me that Trevor is Simon's dad and his dog?
I should have kept the spoiler up for that then. But
The Lords
yeah,
of Shadow franchise is kind of like a reboot. It's like an entirely different,
Okay.
what's the word,
Yeah. It's a
arc. I
It's
don't
a
know.
different universe.
Yeah,
like-
different universe.
Okay, we're using
Kinda like
different names.
you
We're using
have-
the same names in a different universe. Okay, I'm fine with that.
Basically, it's like
I was
with
just
the whole
confused.
comic book universe is how you have like DC, you have the New 52,
Right.
and you got like Flashpoint, or with Marvel, you got the Ultimate series, you got the main series, and then you got like the zombie series and all that stuff.
Okay.
Right.
I'm fine with it. Y'all got me now.
Okay.
I don't want to interrupt and kind of backtrack, but we missed a PS1 one, the Castlevania Chronicles, which was a remake of Castlevania 1.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I got that on PSN.
Except for if you... Oh, really?
Oh, that's on.
I bought it years ago and had tried to play it.
I think you can get that on a Wii or Wii U through the Nintendo eShop too.
No, that's on PSN. I know that. I've never seen it on the Wii U eShop.
Yeah, I have it on PSN. I haven't tried it yet. I just got like a free download for it.
Yeah, same here.
Did anyone play it? Turf, did you?
I played it.
How
I
is
played
it?
It's fun. It's good. It's updated graphics, and you're playing the first level of Castlevania. It's not bad, except for the very first place where you get the meat and redoes your health. A fireball or something flies out at you, and they tricked me and got me on that one. But other than that, it's fun. I like it. It's updated graphics.
So it's basically like the Super Mario All-Stars of Castlevania, at least the first one.
Right. Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Okay.
I can dig that. All right. Yeah, I think when all is said and done, I mean, it's had a few hiccups, and the creator, Iga Rashi, I think his name is, he says some of the games don't belong in the canon anymore. They're not part of the main storyline because they're just either because they're bad or because they don't make sense. But I think all in all, it's a really, really great series, and I'm really anxious to see what happens with this Kickstarter thing.
Oh, and sorry, the one I was thinking of was The Adventure Rebirth. It was a remake on the Wii of the Game Boy game. That's what I was thinking of.
Yeah,
Cool.
I gotta get that eventually.
Game Boy Advance fans, I forgot to mention this. There's 3 really good ones on there as well, or I think there's actually 4. But
Circle the Moon,
which was a launch title, by the way, which is awesome.
Harmony of Dissonance.
Yep.
And I believe that the only other one was Aria of Sorrow.
Mm-hmm. Well, there's one that it was like a collection of of those second 2.
Oh, Harmony
Yeah,
of
but-
Dissonance and
Yeah, there was a 2-in-1.
yeah.
which is great. So
I got the timeline for the main Castlevania series up if you want to go through it.
well, I mean,
Yeah, let's do that. I'm curious.
yeah, they
Okay.
go ahead. There's time. As long as there's time, yeah.
Yeah. First off, Lament of Innocence, Leon Belmont.
Great
Sarah.
game.
After that, the next chronological one is Castlevania 3, followed up by Castlevania Curse of Darkness,
Oh, so good.
followed up by the original Castlevania.
Mhm.
Or, no, wait, Castlevania The Adventure. Wait, what the heck?
Yes.
Yeah,
Is that the Game Boy
one.
game?
Yeah, they got... What the heck?
Castlevania: The Breakfast Cereal.
Castlevania the
No, it's
The
got...
flamethrower.
Alright, I got it on the Castlevania wiki, and where it says Castlevania The Adventure, followed by Castlevania 2, Belmont's Revenge. Oh wait, yeah, that's a different
That's a Game Boy
isn't it?
game.
That's a Game Boy, yeah. They're
Okay.
like a Game Boy.
Alright, that was just throwing me off there for a second, but then you got
Girl.
the original Castlevania, followed by Castlevania 2, Simon's Quest,
Jesus.
then Harmony of Dissonance, followed by Rondo of Blood, which is of course followed up by Symphony of the Night.
Hey. Love this game.
And then there's a radio drama for Castlevania X, something in Japanese.
They did a radio drama.
Oh, you'd be surprised what some of this did in Japan for some games.
Mr. Nikon, I thought you were a guest star on that, or you were a voice actor. You got so many good impressions.
They didn't call me for that one, so
Oh, I'm sorry. Screw them.
Okay, this one's a little confusing because I could have sworn that Order of Ecclesia was like the last in the chronological order.
No, that came a little after Symphony, if I'm not mistaken.
I could have sworn it was the last one.
No,
chronologically,
they
because, like,
Aria of Sorrow and Dawn of Sorrow are.
I thought that the plot was that there were no more Belmonts in the world.
No, those are nope.
Alright, so Order of Ecclesia.
What about John Morris? He was a Belmont from Bloodlines.
They're kind of part Belmont. But yeah, then it's apparently Quincy
Well, he had the
Morris's era.
vampire killer whip, so that makes him Belmont.
You
He's
would
a
think.
distant descendant of Trevor Belmont, who Quincy Morris is, and where I guess his son is John Morris, so Castlevania Bloodlines, which is then of course followed up by Portrait of Ruin, and where after that they had the 1999 incident, which they have yet to make a game about, but that was during Julius Belmont, so I would like to see a game based on that eventually.
Yeah, Julius, you could play as in Harmony of
where's
Dissonance.
this event? What's this? Where's the story about this? I mean, are there comic books? Are there books? Where are we getting all this?
The 1999 event was referenced for the Morris family taking over the vampire killer, because apparently they were assigned to take care of Dracula if he showed up during a certain point where the Belmonts wouldn't be able to use the whip.
Okay.
And just a little aside, Nathan Graves, the main character in Circle of the Moon, he also used the whip. He was nothing like a Belmont, though. Sissy.
Yeah.
But he had the whip.
Then next game chronologically is Castlevania Aria of Sorrow, which is starring Soma Cruz, who has inherited the power of Dracula. And where that game is followed by Dawn of Sorrow, and then some novel in Japanese.
Yeah, and then the Lords of Shadow games, those have a different universe, timeline, whatever. So,
Yeah.
Where's Castlevania Judgment? The
oh
fighting game.
god, that was so bad.
Oh,
Oh, I
God.
hated that game. Did anyone play that besides me?
It's in purgatory.
I played it. I tried to play it.
Yeah, exactly. Try to play it. I was like, what is this crap?
That
Like,
is actually one that I do not own.
I don't know. I was like, hey, Castlevania fighting game.
Different.
Different, yeah. They made the characters look that. What were they wearing? Seriously.
The characters were made by the designer for Death Note.
Yeah,
the-
but
the
he would
anime.
think he'd have more style than what they were all dressed in. Like, my god.
I mean, what was up with Grant?
I can't remember. All I know but that everyone looked a hot mess. So.
And where then you had Ecclesia looking like a nun, or what's her name from Ecclesia?
Oh, Shanoa.
Yeah, Shanoa. Yeah, who honestly her main style for the main games, personally one of my favorite female design characters.
Oh yeah, she's pretty fierce. So. Well, for those that played like the earlier ones only, hopefully you maybe got some interest in playing later titles. Because I know I'm interested in playing the earlier titles now, even though I started a little bit later. Personally, I mean, there's still some good 2D platforming action.
I have to play Symphony of the Night now. I've never done it, and it has to happen.
Oh yeah, you definitely gotta do that. I can't recommend it enough. That's my favorite one of all time. So.
Yeah, even though there is an RPG element to it, it is more of an action-based game.
Yeah, exactly. A little bit of level building, but other than that, it's so fun. It's just a huge castle to explore, and I think you'll really enjoy it. I hope you do, at least if you do try it. So.
Yeah, same
I'll
thing here.
try it.
I
I'll
picked it
give
up
it
a
a
while
shot.
back. I
It
just
looks
haven't
good.
got a chance to plug it in yet.
You said you got a while back at Chaos. Is that what you said?
Yeah, I got it a while back. I just never got a chance to play it yet.
You got the greatest hits version. I heard there's like some subtle changes between that and the original, but
Oh, really? Yeah, I don't care.
yeah, it's nothing much. Now, fun fact again, the Sega Saturn got a remake of this only in Japan, where there was an extra level, and you can play as this character named Maria, who is a badass. She makes Alucard look like a sissy. She's so awesome. So.
She's
want to import it,
when you
go ahead.
unlock her in Portrait of Ruin,
Yeah.
having all the animal buddies with you.
Exactly. She uses animals to do her dirty work. She doesn't want to sully herself, so her animals do it for her, which is great.
Okay, and to answer your question, Castlevania Judgment is in the Beyond Time segment of this list, and it's put as Time Rift.
Ah. Okay.
So there was Harmony of Despair, which is a grimoire, apparently.
Well, this has been very interesting. It was fun to reflect on the series that most of us, except for you, Foxshot, you young little whippersnapper, grew up with. So, Mr. Nikon, you do a great old man impression. So, how do you feel about this series?
Oh my! I played Castlevania back in 19. 1952.
18.
I remember playing it from my friend Danny Ton.
Oh my god.
That's where I bought this game from when he was getting rid of it. I traded a toy car for it. That was back in 1997.
My god. Oh, that never gets old. Oh, jeez.
That's moving on.
I wish I could throw money at the screen. I went to Chicago for it because that's priceless. Well, it looks like we are at the hour mark.
Stop sharing. God damn it.
Does anyone have any closing thoughts or anything about Castlevania or about anything else, really?
It's the
Really can't
most
wait for the
metal
Bloodstain.
Nintendo game there is.
What was that, Turf?
It's the most metal Nintendo game there is.
Yeah. We're doing that right? Yeah, metal. This.
What are you doing?
Yeah, can't wait for Bloodstained,
Metal?
and if you want to hear a good metal remix of the Castlevania Symphony of the Night theme, check out Mega Driver.
And
you can
actually,
download it free on the site.
while we're on that topic, there was also Vampire Variations, which is a bunch of different people did basically like a metal CD that has like covers and mixes of some of the songs, and it's totally free. So feel free to give it a listen and a download.
Yeah, Castlevania has great music, so
Yeah, the original Castlevania has great music.
love it. Yeah.
And actually, if I can request one more, I think it's a Vertigard or Vertigrand on YouTube. Just does piano arrangements, but they're really good. So I'd also look those up if you like the music and are looking for some piano arrangements.
Cool. Yeah, this is great. I think at some point, I mean, I know the East Coasters did a music episode, like a soundtrack episode, but I'm sorry, the West Coasters already did that. I think us East Coasters should do one as well. Just a.
Yeah, because you guys totally forgot to mention anything Crush 40.
Well, I was also up past my bedtime, so I was tired. Anyone else have any fun closing thoughts or opinions or anything?
No.
Shout-outs? Plugs?
Dog's asleep.
Mr. Nikon, you're showing a lot of leg there.
Yeah.
Check out those gams.
Yeah. You got some ham hocks.
Here they are.
All right.
Woo!
Someone's
Throw some money at 'em.
been squatting.
Oh,
Are those like 70s basketball shorts?
no, they're Adidas
Yeah,
shorts.
John Stockton calls. He wants his shorts back.
They're just normal shorts.
They look like gym shorts.
And I've got $2 in them. I just found.
Cool.
Hey. Lucky you. You can go buy something with that.
Not really.
You can put it, then put it towards your GoFundMe or something.
You could get a really bad Xbox game for $2.
Well, that's
You
not
can also get a pretty good original Xbox game for $2.
that's not including tax here in Chicago. We got 9.25% tax, so.
Ooh, ouch.
Yeah.
Wait,
Craigslist,
Chicago or the
son.
state of Illinois?
Chicago.
Oh, Jesus.
Yep.
Bad at Chaos, is that radio station still airing our stuff? Or
They are.
All
Yes,
right.
They are.
Thanks, guys.
I think they
Oh, wow, we haven't been kicked off yet.
Yes. Thank you, guys.
It's radiometalstorm.com, and I believe they air it. They only air the East Coast edition, but I believe it's at 3 o'clock Sunday. I want to say.
Okay.
I forget their schedule, but yeah.
So did they air audio only, or they air actually?
Audio. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. It's
radio
actually
station.
it's an FM station, but
Oh, it's an
yeah,
actually FM station. Okay.
Hey, we're on the radio. That's pretty cool.
Oh,
I'm not
wait,
gonna lie.
hold on. This is on the radio?
Yeah.
Yes,
buddy.
it is.
Everyone on the radio, look at what I'm holding. Look at what I'm holding. Everyone on the
Look
radio.
what I can do.
How many fingers am I holding up? Okay. On that note, thank you all for watching. And
Check out VG Collect, by the way.
VG Collect,
Faced with Tablegram.
Facebook.
Facebook, Twitter, Zanga.
LiveJournal,
LiveJournal,
Reddit,
MySpace coming
Reddit,
soon.
Friendster.
Blogger.
Friendster.
Adult Friend Finder, or is that just me?
Whoa.
Kick, Grinder, all that
Tinder.
good stuff.
Grindr.
Find us on AIM.
Put me on Grindr.
Grinder? Is that like where they make like subs and sandwiches?
Well, like,
Exactly. That's exactly what that is.
Yeah,
Bandicam.
yeah. You should download that app.
Yeah.
I'll order me some sandwiches on Grinder.
We're
me some
on a
meatballs on there.
56K BBS board, maybe.
God, if you jeez.
Anyway, thank you all for watching. See you all next week for Tuesdays and Thursdays. And yes, tune in or watch us on a recorded show, which I think most people are. But anyway, thank you all for watching. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Peace.
Bye-bye.
Hit us up on Grindr.